So looks like we have a gamer on the other side. Welcome, Bevilles.
Thank you for having me.
Well, you're the co-host, so I'm not having you.
Oh, you are having me though. You chose me.
So obviously, as guys can tell, this is going to be awkward. Neither of us are content creators. Neither of us do anything like this. This is just something that's we're just trying out. So it's gonna be awkward for the first few until we catch our footing. But
Yeah.
I'm Lil Eve. I'm on Animal Farm. I'm playing with Migrating Pig. And Bevilles, want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's Bevos. I'm from WAS and my teammate's Funny Monkey.
What's I know what it stands for, but want to tell everybody what WAS stands for?
Well, I just want to first and foremost say that all trash talk is welcome. It's just gotta be PG. PG trash talk, but WAS stands for what a save.
And that's something that when I've played with you, because you can I don't want to say emote, but like you can quick chat, I guess, on Rocket League, and one of them is what a save, and what they intended was you quick chat that when your teammate makes a really nice save, but what Bryce and a lot of people on Rocket League do is when you score, you taunt the other team by just spamming what a save, what a save, what a save. And Bryce is the king of that. And
Yeah, it gets right in their head.
yeah. And it works. Like we've played with people who you've spammed what a save on, and then they just completely crumble because they're just kind of annoyed at you. And so
Yeah.
it's a strategy. So get ready if you play against Bevilles and he scores on you, he's going to hit you with a big what a save. And I
Funny
probably
Monkey
will too.
does participate too, yeah.
Yeah, Funny Monkey participates. But we actually both have a T-shirt that says "What a save! What a save! What a save!" We got them both from our wives for
Yeah.
Christmas or for our birthday or something like that.
Um, no, I was gonna have like a whole thing because there's gonna be a door. I didn't tell you this, but the door from my laundry room fell on me the other day. So it completely fell off. And there was just a
Really?
door here in my room, but the guy came and fixed it right when I got home.
Good, good.
So that was gonna be my icebreaker, but that's gone.
Well, we could do it again.
No, it's fine. I'm not gonna take that door off.
So we got every team is registered. We got 16 teams, which is insane. When I was first kind of pitching this idea to people, I was thinking like maybe 12, and that would be like really pushing it. I was thinking it was honestly going to be like 5 to 8 teams was kind of the range I was expecting. So 16 is insane. It's awesome. I'm super excited for that. So 8 teams are going to make the playoffs. 8 teams are not. And the way the schedule is going to work is so originally when I think a lot of you guys were told that the way the schedule is going to work is by certain days. So like you play on a Tuesday, we're changing that. I was talking to my brother-in-law, Arizona Ranger, and he's playing. That's why I called him his Discord name. But he suggested that we do weeks instead. So like let's say for example, in week one we have the Habs haters versus Americant. They have from Sunday to Saturday of next week to find a time that works for both of those teams. So instead of saying these guys play Tuesday at 8, they can decide their own schedule. You guys can decide your own schedule and just send the time to Bevilles, and he'll just the only reason I'm asking you guys to send the time to Bevilles is so that he can see if like him or myself are free to go spectate and record the game. But even if
Yeah,
that's
then
not the
I'm getting
case,
all the documentation from that game as well.
yeah, yeah. So I'll get more into that in a video later of how to send your stats and all that. But we're just hoping that, if one of us can spectate the game, record it, maybe make some videos out of it, that'd be awesome. But if not, it's not the end of the world. But that's how we're going to do it. Habs haters and Americans, whenever whoever you play, you'll communicate with them and find a time between Sunday and Saturday to play. So I'm just looking at the star rating that a lot of us gave ourselves. There is a pretty wide range of skill. There's one player who said they're a 7, which means that they haven't played in a while, but when they played, they were pretty good. Me, you, Bunny Monkey, and Migrating Pig, my teammate, both give ourselves 6s. So that's higher than I think the average. What
And just to note, not everybody submitted their star rating.
Not everyone submitted their star rating. There's still like 6 or 7 people who haven't, so there might be some better players. So how that's going to work, one is we have plans to balance it in the future. So if it does might feel a little lopsided this season, we do have plans to fix that in the future. So that's not something we're just going to keep up with. And the other thing is Bryce, me, we are both competitive. We're going to try and win, and I'm hoping everybody tries and wins. But for me specifically, because I'm the one putting the money in, if I win, my teammate, so it's $200, my teammate, Migrating Pig, who has nothing to do with any of the planning, he'll take half because I'd imagine if you win, you'll split half with your teammate. He'll take half, and then I'll put my winnings, my 100, into we're going to have a tournament after the season on a random game. There was already going to be a prize for it. I'm going to add that to the prize pool if I win this season. So I'm not taking the money if I win. It's going to just go to somebody else. They're just going to have to work harder for it. So that's the
Hmm.
idea behind that. Bryce is keeping it. He said if he wins, screw you guys. But I'm more honest of a man. Sorry, Bryce.
Hey, I know Funny Monkey will definitely take his share, but
Oh yeah, yeah, he has to. So Bryce, do you want to kind of go over, we have some fun ideas for the All-Star game and the Nations tournament. You want to kind of go over that?
yeah, so for the All-Star game, we're gonna compile all of the stats from every single game, put it in the Discord, where you guys can actually vote on your favorite players to go into the All-Star game. So it's not gonna just be like the top guys go, you get to vote for who you think belongs in that game.
Yeah,
Um,
so we're thinking
yeah.
eight, and then we'll have like an All-Star tournament, and then also the winner of the All-Star game, MVP, kind of like how sports leagues do it, will also get a prize there.
Yep, and then
So
for
just
the nations game, we saw that there's enough people on both sides, Canada and America, where we're thinking we're going to do the Canadians versus the Americans. So that's another one we can vote on for players who wants to play for Team Canada and Team America.
yeah, start representing your nation. I think that'll be a lot of fun. And if you guys, have any fun little side games like that, don't really have standings implications, but just something you want to do like that, let us know because we're open to a lot of suggestions. So another way that you can make a little bit of money this season that's not winning the whole thing is by submitting clips. So what we mean by that is I'm going to try my best to make, top five videos every week and then have a top five video at the end of the season, but I'm not going to be able to record every single one of your games. There's 16 teams. I can't just be on every single game and record them all. So what I'll ask from you guys, if you're able to, is, submit either full game videos if you can, or if you scored a nice goal, you can watch match replays, just record it even from your phone if you don't have anything to actually screen record. I'll be able to use that. I'll put it in the top five video. And then so there's two ways to make money from this. One is every single time you submit a clip, whether it's even makes the top five or not of that week, you get entered into a draw. If you submit a full game, you get two entries into that draw. And then at the end of the season, we'll draw a winner. That person will get an extra $50. It's just so that we can constantly get um, clips from you guys so that we can use them. And then also whoever finishes number one, whoever has the best highlight of the year, also will get a extra $50 bonus. So this week I'm going to release a video on how to set up private matches, kind of everything you're going to need to know for setting up the actual games. And then, Bryce, do you have anything else as far as like little quick things that we kind of want to go over before we get into season
Well,
previews?
I was just thinking maybe for the screen recording, if you add Discord to your actual system that you're playing on, can't you just do the instant saves and then add it into the Discord itself?
I'm not sure. That was actually something I did have on my phone notes, not my computer notes, is I'm not good at Discord. I'm terrible at like I don't know how to do all the different like sometimes I'll join a Discord and like you have to fill out this thing. I don't know how to do any of that. So if anybody knows how to use Discord properly, shoot me a DM and I'd really appreciate you just kind of showing me how it works a little bit better from a more technical standpoint. So that would be a question we'd ask too. That's a good question, Bryce. Starting with season previews, we'll just going to go from the team. alphabetical order because we don't have any power rankings. We don't have any standings yet. We're gonna start with Team Americant with player Hanzo Sword and ya boy Noah. Bryce, what do you see on as far as star ratings and how what can we expect from these guys?
Well, for your boy Noah, he put himself down as a seven, which means he's got experience and that he's touched the diamond ranks at one point or another. His other teammate has not put his star rating in, so I can't really get an opinion on that. But just alone having a seven on your team does wonders for your chances of winning the league.
Yep. Yep. That honestly, if Hanzo Sword can play at all, that might move Americans into the high tier favorites to win the whole thing if Hanzo Sword is at all decent. If your boy Noah can get back to that seven, that diamond, then it's going to be tough to beat them. So we'll move on to Animal Crossed Up with Insanity Milk and Ecstasy. Actually, before we do, um, I kind of want to just go over how we all know all of these people and kind of the connections we have with these players. So I'm almost certain Hanzo Sword and your boy Noah are Insanity Milk's friends. Half of this league is Insanity Milk's friends. He absolutely clutched up when it came to just recruiting players. So thank you to Insanity Milk and thank you for Hanzo and Noah for joining. Um, so yeah, we'll move on to Insanity Milk's team, Animal Crossed Up. So
We skipped
we
a team.
have Insanity Milk and Ecstasy. Insanity Milk is one of my best friends in real life. So I've actually been texting him and he's been just like, dude, every single day he's like, dude, I got two more players. Dude, I got two more players. Dude, I got four more. It's been insane. He absolutely killed it. And Ecstasy, I remember we had a little bit of a Mario Kart season during COVID when everything shut down. I built like a little Mario Kart season so that we could all kind of just me and my friends can all kind of keep in touch. And Ecstasy, I believe, is Kobe's friend, and those two really hit it off on Mario Kart, and then they started playing Animal Crossing together. And then I think that's how they got their team name, Animal Crossed Up. What do you see on their star rating?
So for Ecstasy, he put himself down as a four, which is a pretty admirable score. And then for Kobe, oh, sorry,
Insanity
not
Milk.
Kobe. For Insanity Milk, he put himself down as a three, which is sort of the beginning stages. So their average star is 3.5. So they know how to play. It's just we'll see if they can get to the top tier level if they can put together a great performance.
Yeah, it's going to be about whether Insanity Milk, who's the three, can pull himself up to a four, and then if Ecstasy can get himself up to a five, uh, that will be. I think the playoff line. So there's a lot of three and a halves. There's a lot of three and a half teams. I think the playoff line is going to be if you can work yourself up to like a four average. I think that's where the playoff is going to be. But that's too early to tell because
Yeah,
self-rating is hard.
the whole chances are on yourself being improved. If you
Yep.
improve, you can even bump yourself up to the fours and fives. You have a great chance.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly. So we're going to move on to Animal Farm. My team. So I'm Lil Eve, and I'm going to be playing with Migrating Pig. So I actually don't know Pig in real life. We played some the old Nintendo 64 game Iggy's Wrecking Balls. We were in the same Discord community, and he's one of the best players in the world at that game. So when I was starting this up, I was looking on Twitch trying to find like Rocket League Gold players because I didn't want like super high players. And then I came across his stream, and I'm like, oh, sick! Like I kind of know this guy. So I messaged him on Discord. I'm like, dude, what are the odds of this? let's uh let's get you in on this thing. And he seemed really excited, and now we're teammates. So I'm super excited that we get to play together. And he's a streamer. I checked out his stream. He's got, a couple hundred subscribers. It's insane. So I'm excited to see what he can do. And I like our chances because I think and I like our chances because I put myself as a six, and Beville's what's the average?
Migrating Pig also is a six, so you guys average as sixes.
Yeah. So I like our chances. I'm going to try and win. I'm a competitive guy. I've already said what happens if I do win. So
Your
I
team's
won't lose any
problem.
sleep.
The only problem on your team is I don't know how my grading pig plays. I don't know how he plays, but I know how you play. I know how goalie is a little
Yeah.
bit of a sore
So
spot for you.
Beavils and I'm a good scorer, and Beavils is a good goalie. So if my grading pig is a half decent goalie, then I think we'll be all right. And if he's a scorer like me, then we're going to win games 10-9 or something like that, or lose them 10-9 because my goalie skills are absolutely terrible. So
Mm.
let's move on to Flipadelphia, Arizona Ranger, and Deluxe Sausage SSG. Um, Flipadelphia, Arizona Ranger, and Deluxe Sausage SSG are so Arizona Ranger is my brother-in-law. I was just with him over Christmas, and I don't know if I should call him Deluxe Sausage or Deluxe SSG. I don't think he'll care. Uh, he is my brother-in-law's brother, so we get along really well. He's a funny guy. He is a meme from like 2014. He was like in a meme, and I vividly remember seeing it when I was a kid. And then I met him. I did like no offense, it didn't like stick with me for all those years, but when he pointed it out, I 100% remembered the meme, and we'll put it up on the screen. Uh, we'll put it up on the screen so you guys can see it. But I vividly remember him um, being in that, and I'll make sure that it's okay that we put his face on this, but he put that he was a meme in his form, so I'm sure he's okay with that. So Philadelphia, their team is from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, they said. And what do you see for their star rating?
So for Deluxe, he put himself down as a 4, and Arizona Rangers a 3. So they're in the middle of the pack. Their star rating average is 3.5. They also have to see if they can improve during the season. But also, these are just what you guys think you guys are. Some people might be better than what they think they are, and some people might be worse. So these are just the bare minimum ratings we got for you guys.
Yeah, exactly. So moving on to Boost Road Drift, Datsun and Stu. And Stu, I hate your username, but it's funny. But I hate it, Stu. Um, so their team name is obviously from Skyrim. I'm not going to try and say the shout, but that's one of the shouts from the game, Fusro something. I don't remember, but their team is Fusro Drift. And I believe these are also both Insanity Milk's friends. So again, another clutch up from him. And what are you seeing for their star rating? And where do you think they're going to finish?
For Stu Wu, his rating is also a 4, and for That's Done, his rating's a 3. So they fall in that 3.5 range again. Just like
Yeah.
I said before, if they improve, their odds are really good.
So that playoff line is looking like it's going to be the 3.5 teams who can pull themselves up to a 4 or 4.5, and then not get left in the dust from, from those other
Hmm.
guys. So our next team that we're going to go over quick is If You Score, I Love You. So we got two players there, and I think they're both also Insanity Milk's friends. Can't shout him out enough. We have the N-word and Ongoing Boy. So I don't believe have even met these people in real life, so I'm excited to get to know them through this. What are you seeing for what are you seeing for their stars?
So this is another team that falls in the middle of the pack for scores. The N-word says that he's a 4 rating, and then for Ongoing Boy, he's a 3. So yeah, middle of the pack, they can go either way. If they improve,
Mhm.
they have good odds.
Yeah, it's going to be about who can, you know, who's kind of putting
Who
the
can
work in
improve?
before, who's putting the
Yeah.
work in during the season. You know, I played with King Mike yesterday, and he's a lower rating, but even just that one playing session, he probably jumped up like I would say a quarter star rating from when we started to hour and a half later.
Yeah, I would highly encourage practice. Everybody says practice make perfect, but it does.
Yeah.
So keep on working on that.
So they changed their team name, so this is not in alphabetical order, because I have their old team name here. but their new team name is called Habs Haters, and that's the aforementioned King Mike and his teammate P-Boy. So King Mike is actually my cousin in real life. He super fun guy. I'm really excited to play this with him. Not a huge Rocket League guy, but he basically said when we were playing last night he's going to get good at this game just from practicing. So I'm excited, and he mentioned to me that his teammate P-Boy plays games and picks up on games pretty quick. So he's new on this, but he's going to he thinks that P-Boy is going to get half decent at this game for the end of the season. And what are you seeing on their star rating? Does that kind of line up?
Well, P-Boy is set as a three and K Mike is set as a two. From what you're telling me about these two guys, they're going to be practicing a lot for this tournament. And I can see them bumping up their score from just that one practice with King Mike. He said that he went up a quarter of a rating. So I can see these guys falling into the 5-4 tiers throughout the rest of the league. So that puts them at a good chance of making getting a top seed in the playoffs.
Yeah, and King Mike was a two. I played with him last night. He was a two. He, if he can get his in-game IQ a little bit higher, because there's just certain situations that, just a beginner, like a beginner shooting the ball the wrong way, certain things like that. Then once he gets that down, plus learning how to dribble the ball a little bit, he'll skyrocket. And that's what I was kind of suggesting for a lot of the new players. So moving on to midfield crisis. That's my second take saying that team name, and I mumbled it both times, but I'll just keep it in. Ost Krim and Birdno. Now, Ost Krim is one of my closest friends in real life. We were in each other's weddings, and Birdno was in Ost Krim's wedding. So I got to know him. He's a really really good guy. I'm excited to see how they do in this. Both funny guys. Ost Krim is we always called him the shortest guy in our friends group. We had an inside joke because our friends group was really tall. And if you just look at Ost's his I don't know, he just seems like he'd be short, but he's not. He's like I think he's like 6'1" or 6'2". Um, but just his face made him look small, so we always said that he was really short, and that was kind of our friend's inside joke, and he's just the shortest fella now. Um, So, where do you see them finishing?
So Austin Krim has himself as a three on the star list, and his partner Berno is at a one. So it's a
Okay.
pretty new player, brand new to the game. If Austin Krim practices with him and gets him better, I can see him having a chance at the lower seeds for the playoffs.
Yep. Yep. It's going to be a war to get into that eighth spot because there's going to be a lot of pretty close teams
Hmm.
to get in. So moving on to Scooty Puff seniors. Now none of these guys filled out the form, no problem, but we're just not going to have much to go on for you guys, especially since I don't know you guys in real life. There's some other guys that didn't fill out the form that I know, so I can kind of guess. But so we have a flying dustbin and Pio Mam. So again, I don't know if you guys can play. So they're going to be kind of one of the mystery teams going into this. I'm excited to see how they perform.
Yeah, they're a
Um,
wild card. They can really shake up that standings.
yep, they can be anywhere. And again, another recruit from Insanity Milk. So awesome, awesome. Really excited to play with you guys. So that was a quick one. So we'll move on to something offensive with Klebby and Nate Dogg. I think again, Insanity Milk's friends, just an absolute dog, Nate Dogg. Where do you see these guys going?
Well, they both gave themselves a one on the rating scale, so it's going to be an uphill battle for them this season. But if they play hard, they could bump themselves up throughout the season. They'll have a good chance for the lower seeds and even a better chance to get in the higher seeds next season.
Yep. So um, I want to reiterate, we do have plans to balance it in the future. But you're just gonna have to work with us this season. This is all of our first times doing this, so we do have plans to make it more even in the future. Now, Bevilles did mention next season. We don't exactly know what we're doing for next season yet. Whether it's going to be this, whether it's going to be a different game. I took your guys' poll. I haven't really gone over those results yet. I'll go over those later. So. there is going to be a next season, but what we play is not 100% known yet. So just keep your eyes peeled for that. So next we're going to go to team who will be in first, Nick Macwack and Swelly. Now, just based on the Swelly's first name, I'm almost certain I know him. Another one of Insanity Milk's friends. I'm almost certain I know Swelly. Uh, I don't want to say his real name, dox him or anything like that, but if I do know him, he's a super fun guy. He's actually been to my house before, so I'm really excited if that is him, and if it's not, I'm also excited to meet somebody new. But where are you seeing these guys going?
So for Nick McWack, he has himself as a three, and I can't see the other guys score. But just having a three, someone who knows the game, who can play a little bit, you always have a chance. You
Mhm.
always have a chance.
Yep. Yep. I like that. I agree. And like think about how fast we went from a probably a three to about a five. I think taking that 5 to 6 jump was a little harder, but we went
Mhm.
from like even a two to a five within what would you say a month?
Yeah, and I would say for people in the three range, what helped us jump, we honed in on one skill that we all got better at. Little Leaf, he got really good at dribbling, which really helped him shoot up in the divisions, the ratings on the game. The one I went after was aerials. Now I'm only decent at them, but that also helped because not a lot of people can jump up and touch the ball. But honing in on a single skill really does help you in the future because if you can plan on what skill your teammate is doing, you guys can combine them and make a really good duo.
Yeah. And if you're just equal, let's say you're a three, but you're like a five at goaltending, then playing a three who's a three across the board, you're gonna beat them 7 out of 10 times.
Mhm.
So like that just really does put you ahead, just learning even one skill. So we'll jump over to the Michael Keatons with Chris and Straven. So Chris is on my beer league hockey team. His nickname is Pukes because you can have a couple guesses of why his nickname is Pukes. Super fun guy. Really excited for him to play. I don't believe they filled out the form. Is that correct? But um, just in our texts, Chris did mention that he has played before. So I would say he's around kind of hovering maybe a two to a four. So they can be a wild card. And I do not know anything about Straven. I just know that he's Chris's friend. So we'll see. We'll see how they do their another wild card.
Mhm.
So if we go now, we're on you guys. Team WAS, what a save. Uh, yeah, like I'm scared about you guys, that's for sure.
So for my team, WAS stands for What a Save. Both of our teammates, me and Funny Monkey, we're naturally goalies. So our struggle is going to be scoring the ball. But we wrote ourselves as six because we both can score. It's just that it's not our primary skill.
So, okay. Yeah, I'm scared of you guys, that's for sure. I think you guys are all but a playoff lock, and then I think you guys can go far. If not win the whole thing. So we'll see. So next we have Team We Eat Your Babies from Gloop and Adam. And if you know Gloop like I do, that team name is not surprising. That he's got that kind of sense of humor. He's a super funny guy. Gloop is one of my college friends. Again, one of my closest friends in the world. Really excited to. We haven't really kept up the most in the last couple years since college, but I'm really excited to kind of keep in touch with him through this. So this is awesome. And I'm pretty sure Adam is his brother. I don't want to confirm that, but I'm pretty sure that that's the dynamic there. What are you seeing for their scores?
So for Gloop, he's scored himself as a one and Adam as a four. Now this is a team that could be a wild card since they're almost related, not confirmed.
Potentially related.
They have that brother dynamic where they know where each of them are going to be on the field. And if Adam can help develop his brother into a four, then they have a really good shot for that mid to high tier for the season.
Yep. Yep. Our second to last team, we have Wolfpack with Kobe and Herker. Uh, Kobe is um, again one of my closest friends. We play Xbox together. He was in college for my second year, so we got to know each other super well during that year. Kobe, both Kobe, Bevilles, and Insanity Milk are doing a lot of helping with me behind the scenes. So I do appreciate what you've been doing, Kobe. Um, Team Wolfpack, though, I don't know. I think they're gonna have a hard time winning some games. Just looking at their score, what do you say?
Yeah, I mean they're both scoring. They're both scores is a one. They're gonna have a lot of uphill battles, a lot of games where there's gonna be a lot of tears. But if they get past that, they can turn into a decent team.
Now don't hold me on this, but I remember seeing on Discord the other day that Herker was playing Rocket League. So even just by playing a couple times, you're going to jump up from one to three pretty quick. So hopefully
Yeah.
Herker has been developing those skills and is able to kind of carry him through some games if Kobe hasn't been able to play yet. And then our final team, we have Zeman, the Seaman Demons. So interesting name, and I'm sure there's a backstory to
Nice.
that. We have Z-Luck and Kakinator. Z-Luck is one of my. We actually were never really friends when I lived back in my hometown. I moved. We kind of just had a lot of mutual friends, and then we realized we were into a lot of the same things. So whenever I built things like this, I'd always ask him to play in it, and he always is down. And so we've kind of connected like after I moved. So we actually haven't hung out a ton in real life, but we seem to get along in all of this kind of stuff. So I'm excited to play with him. And Kakinator, I believe I know who he is, just through mutual friends, but I don't know if we've actually met. But those two are going to be playing together. So I'm excited to see what they can do. And what are you seeing for their scores?
So for Z-Luck, I have him as a four, and I don't know about what the other guy is. He must not have put his starting
Yeah,
is, but
no
if
worries. Always makes it
but
more
if
interesting when we don't know how it's going to go.
yeah, if you have a four on your team, you're pretty. You can compete, but with that wild card, he could be a six, and we don't know. So he could have a real good chance for winning the tournament.
Yep, yep, I agree. And then, yeah, so those are the season previews. I'm excited to see how we all do. Just really quickly, I'm going to read through week one schedule. So week one is going to be from January 5th through 11th. So there are going to be 12 games in 9 weeks. So there are going to be 3 weeks where we play twice, where you play twice. So I will post the actual schedule, but just if you want to hear it out loud, here's your chance. So we have team who will be in first versus Flip Flip Flipadelphia. We have Scooty Puff Seniors versus WAS. We have the Michael Keatons versus Zeman the Seaman Demons. We have the Habs Haters versus Americant. Habs Haters again, so they have 2 games versus Fusro Drift. We have Animal Farm versus the Michael Keatons. So the Michael Keatons also have 2 games in week one. If You Score, I Love You versus Midfield Crisis. Animal Crossed Up versus Zeman the Seaman Demons. So that's a second game for Zeman the Seaman Demons also. Something Offensive versus Wolfpack. I Eat Your Babies or We Eat Your Babies versus Wolfpack. So Wolfpack is also playing twice in week one. Something Offensive, their second game versus Boost Road Drift, and that's also their second game. So quite a few teams play two in week one, but you're only going to be playing twice in 3 total weeks. So
Do some teams not play?
no, everybody plays.
Oh, off the record, what was mine?
Uh, you're you're the second one. Scooty Puff Seniors versus WAS.
Oh, seniors. I don't see them. What are the rating? Do they have a rating?
They're the wild card. So Bevilles, you're playing Scooty Puff Seniors, so we're going to get a good sense of they're the real wild card team where nobody them and Michael Keaton where we do not know their skill. So we're going to get a good sense
No.
playing you on how they can do. So we'll have a better idea. So thanks for listening, guys. Stay tuned. We're going to have some, after the game start, we'll do some power rankings. We're going to do tier lists for the players. We're going to do all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we're going to be uploading some more stuff this week. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, guys. That was
Yep.
a lot
See
of
ya.
fun. Bevilles, thanks for hopping on.
Yeah, no problem.
Awesome. We'll chat soon. See you guys soon and good luck.